You know, Pimp don't like rappers.
Stars up in the sky, you know what I'm talking about? So we stay grounded.
But at the same time, love breed hate.
Chad was like, nah, I ain't doing that, man. Jay-Z.
Unbeknownst to many, the late great Chad Butler, aka Pimp C, looked up to and was a huge fan of the ever so iconic Tupac Shakur. In the glory days of Rockefeller Records, then partners Dame Dash and Jay-Z wanted to work with Texas legends, the Underground Kings, really bad. In fact, Dame Dash, Harlem hustler turned record exec, offered Pimp and Bun's manager $1 million during their first meeting to get UGK to sign to The Rock. The problem was Pimp C didn't want any parts of Jay-Z. Originally meeting with Dame and his A&R to talk about doing work with his other artists, the label wanted to talk about doing business with UGK, ultimately presenting a 7-figure check to seal the deal. Shocking to everyone but Bun, Pimp would go off, and I quote, "No, y'all tell that Jay-Z to give Pac Mama her money. Tell him that Pimp said that, and a fight comes with that church." It's no secret that Big Pimpin' is one of Jay-Z's most well-known hits and was a high-profile moment for UGK, who delivered a scene-stealing performance on the Timbaland-produced smash hit. However, as noted by many individuals who were around at the time, Pimp C was reluctant to perform on the song. Initially, Pimp's apprehension had a lot to do with his respect for Tupac. It's a known fact that Pac was not a Jay-Z fan, and for good reason. When there was a West Coast-East Coast beef, Pac felt Jay-Z was part of the collective that were his enemies.
Beef and this war and these words and this dialogue until we can renegotiate the terms of the treaty. I love the East Coast. I'm from the East Coast. But they have to understand that you can't just be saying shit about us and think that we're not going to take it personal.
Unbeknownst to many, Jay-Z had been introduced to UGK by DJ Clark Kent. But what he would soon find out was that Pimp C did not rock with people that Pac did not rock with, being that Pimp believed Tupac was the best judge of character. To make matters worse, before Bun would convince Pimp to actually do the song, Pimp agreed under one condition. That condition was that Jay had to come to the ATL. In typical arrogant Jay-Z fashion, Jay refused to come to Atlanta, which would further cement Pimp's reasoning for not doing the song. However, things would all get worked out, thanks to Bun B. Unfortunately, the get back would be real. Upon agreeing to actually do the song in vid, Pimp would film his portion of the video in Florida, a total slap in the face of Jay-Z. On December the 4th of 2007, at the age of 33, Chad Lamont Butler, aka Pimp C, was found dead lying on his bed at the Mandarin Hotel in West Hollywood after failing to check out as expected.
At this hour, members of the hip-hop community are mourning the shocking death of well-known Port Arthur rapper Pimp C. Pimp C, who was born Chad Butler, was one half of the rap group UGK and was found dead this morning in a hotel room in Los Angeles. KPRC Local 2 reporter Mary Benton joins us now live in Southwest Houston with reaction. Mary?
In the building behind me on the 9th floor, they are paying tribute to Pimp C on a local radio station. He was a larger-than-life figure in Houston's rap community and some say across the country. And they believe that he struck a nerve with his listeners because his rap's focused on real life.
Years after Pimp's death, a plethora of stories will begin to surface, with each story sounding like something right out of a Nancy Drew mystery. One of the most infamous stories that would intrigue the eyes and ears of internet onlookers was that of the notorious sex tape, which allegedly showcased none other than Jay-Z's now wife, the Queen of Pop, Beyonce. The rumor, which was first spoke about by Pimpin Ken while on the Ugly Money podcast, will grow legs and take off like Sha'Carri Richardson. It was this story alone that will catapult Pimpin Ken into the world of podcast interviews, telling anyone that would listen that a tape really existed.
In Houston at the time, they know who was a little loose, you know, as a Montana goose. You know what I mean? So it's not really hard to figure out.
In turn, the metaverse would speculate that Jay-Z had a hand in Pimp's death, even going so far as to point out that Pimp died on Jay's birthday. Fun fact that no one has paid attention to at all, Drake, who goes by the moniker Certified Lover Boy, is actually using Pimp's initials, CLB, Chad Lamont Butler. Those who heard but didn't listen, Pimpin Ken never did say that Pimp was in the alleged tape. What he did say, however, was that Pimp was in possession of the tape.
Just for the record, we ain't got to say who it is. You seen the tape too, right?
Oh, yeah, I see.
So this is one of Pimp C's best friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He seen this tape.
It ain't Pimp.
So it ain't Pimp.
No.
And we ain't gonna tell y'all who it is.
No.
And I could tell you a whole bunch of rappers that seen this tape. So we ain't capping. This ain't no clickbait shit. But you know what I'm saying? It didn't mean to come out like.
Before Ken had even made mention of the alleged tape, the mean, grimy streets of Houston had already heard the backstory years ago. Rather than Pimp being the so-called man in the alleged sex tape, the rumor on the streets was that it was actually none other than Master P. That being said, conspiracy theorists such as Jaguar White pretty much take Jay-Z's name off the table, unless, in fact, they are pushing the narrative that Jay didn't want knowledge of this tape being made public at all. Before his untimely demise, in the August 2007 issue of Ozone magazine, Pimp had a lot of words towards the industry. Pimp called up ATL's 107.9 on Monday, July the 24th of 2007. Speak more on his unadulterated comments made in the Ozone magazine. Pimp didn't hold his tongue, not one bit. Anyone could get it, and it definitely did. From Mike Jones and Lil Flip all the way to the city of Atlanta itself. When it came to Mike Jones and Lil Flip, Pimp was shit on their jewelry, and I quote, "Them big old plates they be wearing that look like dinner plates, them diamonds are monkey. You need to take that monkey shit off. Y'all embarrassing us."
Take that monkey shit off. You embarrassing us.
Talking about they had me thing, man, but them niggas jewelry looking funny, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? Get your mind on your shit, man.
As for Lil Troy, Pimp would say, and I'm paraphrasing of course, "You a rat," and I said that. I've been knowing he's a rat, but I ain't gotta talk about no fraud when everybody know he's a rat, and he's hiding.
That bitch too. You on the run like a fat snitch do. If you ride with that nigga, you a rat bitch too.
Pimp wouldn't stop there, as he would go in on Russell Simmons in regard to his beef with Short Dog, going on to say, "I just made peace with the homie Short Dog. Cause on the cool, it really wasn't his fault. It was old dick in the booty Russell Simmons' fault for not taking the message back to him and telling him to change his name." Yeah, I said dick in the booty. I know what I'm talking about. I'll air you out too. Next on the hit list was Mr. 17.5, aka Young Jeezy. Pimp went all the way in, and I quote, "You dudes talking about you got keys for 17.5. Ain't no keys for 17.5 up there, and you know what I'm talking about. Come to Houston and get that work and pop it up, cause we're right there by San Antonio, and we're going down there and getting the work." And guess what, man? All y'all dudes talking about selling dope, if y'all dudes some D-boys, guess what, man? I don't believe you dudes no more, cause I'm seeing you dudes in button-up shirts getting cute and pretty, trying to look sexy. F you and everything you stand for. And I ain't got to say your name. Stay with me, and I'll expose the dudes that was wearing backpacks with their pants leg rolled up back then in Atlanta, when me and Big Meech used to be off in the club kicking it, buying each other champagne. Pimp would even crush R&B singer Neo. Even no stone unturned, Pimp would say, "I ain't out here dressing up trying to be sexy, licking my lips like old gay ass Neo licking his lips and shit. Pussy dick in a booty ass nigga wearing all that lip gloss at their video shoots and letting them white boys put makeup on their face." Yeah, I said Neo. You heard what the F I said? Dudes putting all that lip gloss on their lips looking like they just been eating a pork chop sandwich with no hands. The city of Atlanta wouldn't get a pass, as Pimp would say that Atlanta is not the South. When you go to Atlanta, what does your clock say? When you get off the plane from Los Angeles or Texas, what time is it over there? Atlanta is East Coast time. Y'all niggas ain't the South. It was this rant that social media onlookers and conspiracy theorists around the globe would also attribute to Pimp's death.
At the age of 33, was found dead in his hotel room.
At 97.9 The Box, on-air personalities and fans are reflecting on the sudden death of Chad Pimp C Butler, better known as one half of the group UGK.
He's just such a colorful personality. He was just a joy to talk to, and he was just such a wonderful storyteller.
When you heard Pimp C, you knew that it was Pimp C. You were not confused that it was any other artist from any other city. You know exactly who it was when you heard it. So he definitely had his own style, his own swagger.
The rapper was found dead earlier today at a hotel on the trendy Sunset Strip trip in Hollywood. Since there are very few details on Pimp C's death, many are focusing on the legacy he leaves behind.
You lost Tupac, you lost Biggie. Down south is UGK. And right now the whole rap community in general is in mourning because they've lost a legend.
UGK was considered one of the grandfathers of rap. In the game since the early 90s, Bun B and Pimp C were enjoying a resurgence. They recently recorded a big hit with the well-known group Outkast. Locals for Willie D says that Pimp C's death leaves a void in the rap industry. And while others may try to duplicate his style, he will never be replaced.
You know, I was inspired by Pimp also, even though I came before him. He made great music.
He made great music. A lot of people say that he just really rapped about issues that were important to his life and the lives of many of his fans. A lot of people are asking tonight what happens now to UGK, since one half of UGK is Pimp C. They don't believe that the group will be able to continue on, but Bun B, they say, does have his own solo career. We are live in Southwest Houston. Mary Benton, KPRC Local 2.